day. So, we'll be making a slingshot today, and what I'm doing now is looking for a natural Y shape in a tree, a natural fork. There's some okay looking ones around here, but not really what I'm looking for. The trunk's all too thick and it's just a thin little branch coming off the side. So I've got to find one that's pretty even. So I think I finally found one. It's in the brush a little bit. Just there. It's got quite a few branches. I think it should be alright to try that one out, so let's cut it up. It has a bit of meat on it to work with. A bit wet still, obviously, after the floods, but let's do this. Okay, so we're back at the house. Got our tree fork. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the saw, cut just down there so we get a nice flat section on the fork, and we can mark out a template. Quick change of plan, you're going to cut it a bit shorter so there's not as much to take down. Okay, now we'll cut it down. Yep, that's good. Okay. Now we'll repeat to the other side. Okay, so I got the second side all flattened, same for this side. Probably we'll have to cut it off here when we go to the bandsaw, but next up is to put this template on, smack it on there, then we can cut it out. Glue stick, template. Let's put a bit of glue on there. Fair bit probably because this is still wet, so it's not going to stick that well. Get this off. And put it out there. Really good. This is probably not going to stick. Hopefully that sticks on, but just in case, got the Sharpie lines on. Cut this chunk of it off now. Oh, better plug it in. Okay, power's on now. afraid this might have happened, but this bandsaw is pretty old, but finally the blade broke, which is annoying, so it looks like we'll be doing the rest by hand and using the sander, I guess. But, no, well, have to get a new blade. Got to rasp it out now because the bandsaw broke. It's all wet, so it's probably going to clog up really easy. Also rasping just here because didn't quite get that dip with the bandsaw. Okay, now I think we'll let it dry. It's still really wet because we literally only just cut it down, so let it dry for about 30 minutes and then we'll get back. Because at the moment it's just a bit too wet and it's clogging up the rust, so in about half an hour it should be good. So, it's been about 30 minutes, probably more like an hour, but you know, time passes quickly. So, before we do any more rasping, we're going to want to get this profile cut out to save us a lot of time. So, we're going to use the saw, and I've marked some lines, so it's going to come down straight down there. Just to get rid of the bulk, make this lighter, and then we're going to swell out a bit here for a palm swell. So that'll make it a bit lighter and it'll also look a whole lot nicer and be a lot more comfortable to hold. So let's get to it. Okay, got the palm swell cut in, so now it's got a bit of nicer profile, so I'll hold it like that. It's comfy. So let's get on the sander and clean the profile up a bit better. Start sanding. Okay, so we just finished on the sander, got all of this smoothed out. Still got to rasp this to make that a bit cleaner, but yeah. Anyway, now we get on to drawing some chamfer lines, so probably. So I've just drawn those lines with the pencil, and then I'll just do the same on the sides. I also accidentally went over the saw a little bit right there, too much when I was profiling it, so I'm going to have to rasp that a little bit more. So what I'll probably do is just bring the line out to there. Just take it in. Just move it on the side. So now I've got those on. Get the rasp. And just go along that edge, all of the edges. Okay, time to start sanding. Well, as you can see, it's getting quite dark, so I probably should finish now. But this is what it's looking like so far. It's nice and rounded. Definitely has a lot more work to do, especially here where the cut was too deep. It's a bit still dented, so I just have to make it a bit smoother. Still the inside needs a bit of work, and then it just needs to go up to higher grits and then oil, and then it'll be done. So pretty much there. So I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, it's the next day. Got our Slingshot. Needs a lot of sanding and a little bit of shaping, but mostly sanding. So let's get to it. Going up, 100 grit. Okay, so we finished sanding the Slingshot. It's up to 240 grit, which is pretty high, but just realized that I'd forgotten to do something at 150 grit, so we need to put the band grooves in. So to do that, I've just marked out with the pencil whereabouts I want it. So about there and there, they'll be angling down. You'll kind of see, kind of hard to say what I'm trying to do, but I'll be using these really small files, and this is a triangle file, and I'll just put the sharp bit right there. File that down, and then with the flat file just smooth it all off. Okay, so we put the grooves on the Slingshot, re-sanded it. You have no idea how much sanding this thing is taking. It's taken me at least 3 hours this afternoon. But anyway, it's looking really nice, but it's going to look even nicer once you oil it. To do that, I'm going to be using some Danish oil, and yeah, so let's oil it. Okay, so we finally finished making the Slingshot. Turned out really good. It's got some really interesting grain right here. I made a band set for it just out of some rubber tubes. Feels pretty powerful, so let's test it. For my ammo, I'll just be using some small garden rocks. Aiming for the cardboard box just in front of me. Straight through. Straight through again. It's got some power. Although cardboard isn't that much, but still, pretty happy with it. Oh dear, no messing around with this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.